And welcome back to the Correspondents on Voice of America. I'm Mil Arcega in Washington. Well, this is a weekend when Americans celebrate the country's 240th birthday, the 4th of July. And right here in the nation's capital, there's certainly no shortage of things to see and do. But you know, if you care to look a little bit closer, you might just learn a thing or two that aren't in the tourist brochures. VOA's Steve Miller has been profiling some of Washington's premier attractions in a web series he calls Did You Know? Here's a brief montage of some of the secrets Steve has uncovered.
Hello, my friends. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, we are here at the Smithsonian Institution's National Air and Space Museum, which happens to be turning 40 this year.
This is the F1. And no, I'm not talking about racing cars here. This is the massive engine that powered the Saturn V rocket into space.
Today, I'm here at the Lincoln Memorial. But did you know that the memorial has a secret? Now, you may think that the secret of the Lincoln Memorial has to do with the urban legend that the sculptor fashioned the president's hands in the shape of an A and an L for American Sign Language. But you'd be wrong.
As you can see, we are no longer in Washington. We've traveled out to Virginia and the Shenandoah Caverns. But did you know what truly makes the Shenandoah Caverns special is bacon? The caverns are known for cave bacon, which is a very thin formation. It's created by water traveling over the same route over time, depositing their minerals along the way.
You don't want to eat that cave bacon, trust me. But to tell us more about the secrets hidden inside Washington's most famous memorials and attractions, I am super pleased to welcome our very own Steve Miller. Yes. Greetings and salutations to you, my awesome friend. You sort of put a lot of us longtime D.C. residents to shame because here you are, you've only been here a few months and you've uncovered quite a number of secrets. What was your point in this? To put us to shame or just to find out more for yourself?
It's actually a request. So when I was living overseas, I wanted to learn more about where I was living. So I'd go out with my camera, take pictures, take video, and try to uncover hidden nuggets of information. So when I moved to Washington, all my fans from Asia said, Steve, you are going to take us around. Right. So I did the Washington Monument video, and they said, this is fantastic. We want more. And I instantaneously got a list of 20 more locations within a day to go out and further explore.
You know, it's a brilliant series, and me being a photographer, you know, it's my passion. What I sense from these reports is that you're looking at these monuments, these very iconic visitor locations with fresh eyes. You know, it's like you're seeing these for the first time, and I guess that's the point, isn't it? You need to see some of these monuments for the first time.
Well, for the first time, but also maybe for the 100th or 1000th time, because there's always unique stories to be told that maybe not be written in the guidebooks or on the pamphlet you get when you show up. So there's always fun stories to be seen and heard and experienced, whether you've been there one time or many.
Have there been any surprises for you? I mean, stuff that you didn't realize, oh my God.
Well, when I went to the Washington Monument, I have been to DC several times. I have looked at the monument, but I never knew what was inside the monument. And that really impressed me. The memorial tablets by individuals and organizations. That is incredible, and to be able to see that as you're going up and down or actually down the elevator as you leave is incredible. And the other stories from like the Lincoln Memorial.
But tell me, smart guy, tell me something I don't know about Washington, D.C.
Okay, so who designed the city of D.C.?
I know that because I go to the metro station all the time, Charles L'Enfant.
Okay, and you of course know that the layout is a big cross, you know, the Capitol and Lincoln and whatnot. But where can you find Darth Vader?
You got me stumped there, buddy.
National Cathedral. There's a Darth Vader grotesque on the cathedral. Really? Absolutely.
And it looks just like Darth Vader?
It is sculpted to be Darth Vader.
Oh my goodness. I'll have to look for that. You'll have to point that out to me. That's going to be in one of your future reports.
Upcoming episode, yeah.
So what's your advice to, I mean, there's going to be a lot of tourists here. We're seeing them already. The metros are crowded all the time. The National Mall, there's tourists everywhere with their cameras. What's your advice to them?
My biggest piece of advice is really to go into an experience looking to have fun, looking to experience something new, but also do your due diligence and plan ahead, especially here with the crunch on parking. Really look at where you want to go and how best to maneuver. A lot of places you can get around with simply walking or taking public transportation. And if you're renting a car, you can actually find a place park there and then spoke out and go where you want to with other means of transportation.
So I've only seen 3 of these of your reports. I know there's quite a few more coming down the pike. Where can people watch this?
Well, since it started out as just something for my fans, it lives right now on my personal VOA Facebook page, Steve Miller VOA. But next week, we're actually going to be putting it up on our voanews.com
So
site.
in the meantime, we'll just put it on our VOA Correspondents Facebook page so people can have a look, right?
Absolutely.
It's a fascinating series, and I say to all our viewers around the world, if you're interested about Washington, certainly you got to check out Steve Miller's Did You Know series. It's been a pleasure, my friend. Thank you, Steve Miller. And a happy 4th of July to all our viewers around the world. Of course, that is all the time we have, but I hope you have lots of time this weekend to go out and venture around the Washington area. We'll be back again next week for another edition of The Correspondents. Do remember to stay up to date with the latest news from around the world. All you have to do is check out voanews.com. You can catch all of our shows there. Just go to the Programs tab on the upper right. We're also on Facebook and YouTube at VOA The Correspondents. I'm Mil Arcega. For now, so long from Washington.